Welcome to Lobster's list for December 2nd, 2012. Number 1. Legend of Dungeon from Robot Loves Kitty supports teams of up to 4 players facing a procedurally generated dungeon. There are roguelike elements in its design, and it is game over if the entire party is killed. It is being developed for PC, Mac, and Linux. You can pre-order a DRM-free copy of the game for $10, while the $19 tier adds another copy for a friend. The dynamic lighting combined with the pixel art style impress me, especially how the characters are lit. This campaign has passed its minimum goal with its first 2 days, but needs more help if it is to reach some of its stretch goals like online multiplayer. Number 2. LA GameSpace is a project to convert a warehouse into a non-profit gathering place for game creation and discussion. By contributing $5, you can get a copy of the new game from the creator of Katamari Damacy. There is a bundle of 30 new prototype games at the $15 tier from the creators of games such as Hotline Miami, QWOP, Bit Trip Runner, and many, many more. This project has a goal of $250,000 and has already passed the 70% funded mark. I am rushing the production of this episode because there's not much time left for this campaign, and is one that I think could do a lot of good for future indie game developers. Number 3. Elite Dangerous from Frontier Developments is a project to create the next game in a series that began with Elite back in 1984. This footage is from a very early alpha build. Take control of a spacecraft and explore space while performing various activities like trading or being a bounty hunter. There is a pre-order of the game for PC at the £30 tier after the slots at the £20 tier are filled. The way the multiplayer is described has some interesting ideas, and there's a lot of talk about procedural generation because it was used in the past as a solution to provide such a large universe to explore on limited hardware with the first Elite game. I have not played any of the Elite games, but I did immediately back this because a co-founder of the Raspberry Pi Foundation was behind this, and I am getting a lot of use out of a Raspberry Pi Model B as a media center. Number 4. Tiny Barbarian DX from Starquail is a 2D action platformer. The first Tiny Barbarian game was freeware made with GameMaker. Tiny Barbarian DX is using a new engine and has revisions to gameplay. The first game had only 1 episode, and this new version plans to have at least 4. There's a pre-order at $8 for PC. Like with the other brothers, I saw this game on indiegames.com before it came to Kickstarter. Number 5. Worm Run from Golden Ruby Games is a mobile platformer where you outrun a giant worm in procedurally generated levels. The developers decided they wanted to avoid a virtual direction pad and have chosen swipe-based controls after playtesting. There's a $3 pre-order tier for a copy of the game for iOS. The goal is a relatively low $3,200 for the game's audio. Number 6. Retro Game Crunch has a goal of producing 6 DRM-free games for PC and Mac over a period of 6 months. Past games from the team behind this project are Super Clueland, Bloop, The Last Rocket, and Boxcat. Most of this footage is from Super Clueland. The first 3 games are included at the $15 reward tier. For a $25 pledge, you can get all 6 games and a copy of the game Super Clueland. Backers above the $15 level can contribute feedback to help improve the games as they are being made. Now on to honorable mentions. Unforgotten Quest is a cooperative 2D comedic RPG for up to 4 players. It is from the creator of the Unforgotten Realms animated web series. A download of the game for PC is part of the $15 pledge tier. At the time of this recording, it has already passed 50% funded towards a $100,000 goal. The Last Door is a point-and-click adventure horror game delivered in an episodic format and pixel art style. The game will be playable for free in modern web browsers, and there's a playable teaser on their website. By contributing £1, you can get to follow the development updates for the game, while £5 gets you a download of the soundtrack. Oxygen is a turn-based strategy video game with a relatively low goal of just $800. Some types of tiles can be rotated to create bridge connections, allowing the player to move onto a tile. Future tiles that are hazards or won't permit rotating are planned. The name comes from the goal of collecting oxygen on the map, and the last player to run out of oxygen wins. The $5 tier has 2 copies of the 2D multiplayer game, and 1 copy of the 3D single-player game for PC and Mac. Its multiplayer version can be played with a modern web browser, and there's a demo linked to from the project page. The Fitzroy is a dark comedy, live-action film that is a premise I really like. It's set in a post-apocalyptic world where a submarine serves as a hotel. The protagonist is a bellboy that is trying to hide from the guests that there has been murders. A pledge of £10 can get you a download of the film, a digital postcard, and your name listed with others on their website. The project creators want to film using a Russian Foxtrot submarine. I remember going on tour of one of these subs in New Westminster when I was young. Fist of Awesome is a 2D beat-em-up game about a lumberjack that fights homicidal animals across time. Backers at the £5 tier can get a copy of the game for iOS or Android and be thanked in the credits. The gesture-based control system described looks like it could work very well, but might be a bit limited. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps those projects.